Hello and welcome. My name is Michelle and I am your emotional resilience coach, and it is absolutely fantastic to have you join me today. What I do is I like to help you learn to take your power back. If you have come from a place of trauma and abuse and have been a victim in your life, this is a pattern that we can perpetuate going forward. And it's not anybody's fault. It's not to judge yourself. It's not to judge anybody. It's not to be critical. It's just what happens. We get stuck in patterns. And what I love to do is I give people power to get out of that place of being stuck, that like stuck in the mud sort of. You feel like you're pushing against the world all the time. You're exhausted. You're tired of being tired. You don't know why this is happening. You're doing the best you know how, and yet things aren't changing for you. I've been there, I've been in that position, and what I do is I take you on a journey with me. I teach you tools, skills, new thoughts, new ways of being so that you can take your power back, so that you don't have to be a victim in your own story anymore. If this feels like something you want to do, if this excites you, if this resonates with you on any level, please do hit like, subscribe, the notifications button, and of course, as always, do share. The more, the better. The more this message gets out there, the stronger we can be together, the stronger our relationships can be, and we can together stand in our power. All right, fantastic. So today I am really excited to chat to you about something. It is currently, as I'm recording, it is February. Valentine's is in the air, and there's a lot of talk about love and romance and what it looks like, what it doesn't look like. And there, unfortunately, very sadly, especially on Instagram at the moment, I was surprised to see how many stickers had things like meh, not for me, move on, shift along now, couldn't be bothered, pass. It was all very negative. There's a lot of negative connotations to love. And I understand that society as a whole has pictured love as something that it isn't. And I thought that today we would chat about what are we settling for that is not love. So I'm going to introduce you to the 4 A's. There were many things, but these A's kind of umbrella most of them. And in a way, they do kind of intermingle, but this is a good question for you to stop and ask yourself. Am I replacing love for attention, approval, acceptance, or affection? All right. So I went shopping with my youngest daughter, who was looking for new linen for her bedroom. She moved into a new bedroom. Her older sister just moved out, and she was getting her own space, and it was very exciting. And she was really getting to a place of trying to find her own space. She had been sharing a room. She'd been sharing a room with her sister, and then when her sister moved out and got into her own room, she was sharing a room with her younger brother. And now she was sharing her own room, and she was having this opportunity to really just make the space her own, to just really express herself, to just really step out and say, this is me, this is my space, and I'm loving it. And she got to choose new linen. So we went shopping with her, and in one of the shops we were looking at linen, which we thought wasn't too bad. And my husband and I kind of pointed it out to her and said, so what do you think of this? This is not bad, this is okay. And she looks at it and she said, well, I don't love it. It's fine, but I feel that I'll be settling. And she's 12. And that really stuck with me. I think, how often in life do we go through experiences where we just settle? We kind of feel, yeah, that's fine. I can settle for this, but I don't love it. So she is a shopper. She loves shopping. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is going to be a long afternoon. And so off we went. But it so happened that the very next shop we went to, she found exactly what she was looking for. And she said, this is it. This is what I've been thinking of. This is what I'm looking for. I love it. This is what I want. This is me. And so we got her new linen, and she set up her room, and she is really happy. She's absolutely in her element. And just a couple of minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier maybe, she could have chosen something and walked out with it, but she would have felt that she is settling. And this is something I think we often do, and then we blame love. We settle in life for affection, which is great. All right, I went online and I decided I want to get the exact definitions. We all have our own theories and viewpoints, and please do hold on to those that resonate with you. So, what I'd found was when I went to good old fashioned Google, we have affection. All right, affection is a gentle feeling of fondness, right? And it's good. Okay, affection can grow, there's room for growth. There is a capacity for affection to become a deep, abiding love. It's a starting point, so it's not a bad place. But sometimes, in some cases, that's where it stops. It's just, yeah, I'm fond of her, or I'm fond of him, or I like that person. But it's not a love, all right? It's the baby part. It's the baby steps. It's the very, very, very beginning of a foundation of what will grow into a deep and abiding love if we allow it to. And often what we do is we just settle for that. Affection is fine. All right. They are fond of me. They like me. That's okay. I can deal with that. Or perhaps you meet somebody who is very demonstratively affectionate. So that means that they like to hug you, they like to hold you, they like to cuddle with you, they like to kiss, they like to just snuggle up. They are affectionate in that way. And you think to yourself, yeah, I like this. I enjoy this. This makes me feel good. This is my love language. I'm committed to this. This feels good. But sometimes that too is not quite love. But we settle for it because it's our love language. It feels good and it is filling a need to a point. All right. The other one, again, back to good old Google, is acceptance. Acceptance means being received as adequate, valid, or suitable. And again, it doesn't fire me up from this place of love, this place of depth. It's adequate, right? Kind of like my daughter in the shop with the first duvet set that she looked at. It was adequate. It was fine. I can deal with it, but if I go with it, I feel like I'm settling. All right, we don't want to be adequate. We want to feel meaning. We want to feel love. We want to feel devotion. We want to feel loyalty. We want to feel all these amazing things that make our hearts just soar. We just fly. All right. Don't get me wrong with what I'm saying here. Love is hard work. It is not always butterfly and giddy and fun, even though there is that. Love is something that will stick us through the hard, the ugly, the dark spaces. It's what will be with us all the time as we navigate these dark corners of our life that are shrouded with pain and heartbreak and confusion and doubt of ourselves and doubt of others. Love has this depth. I was listening to a person do a talk on codependency once, and I giggled because what she said was there was a time in her life where the only criteria for you to have any form of relationship with her was that you approve of her, you accept her. All right, if you approve of her, then that's it. You guys are friends, or there's a relationship, or something develops from that. And that so often happens when we are fawns or codependents. We just keep looking outside of ourselves all the time for that, okay, we're doing all right, that nod. And I'm not saying that we don't need that or we don't want that, because we do, but it's finding that balance. Because people who go through life going, okay, well, I don't need any of this. I don't need any of you. I'm okay, beat my own drum. I am my own person, which we all are. But when we cling onto that individuality and we define ourselves so strongly by our own acceptance and our own strength, which we need to do, but it's good to actually, care what other people think. I love you. You're in my life. What are your thoughts? I want to know. Share them with me so that I can consider them too. When we fall to the other extreme and we're like, well, I don't care, this is what I'm doing, whether you like it or not, we are now bordering on the line of a sociopath. All right? Sociopaths don't care at all what other people think or feel. So there is that balance. that balances is that first and foremost, we have that relationship within ourselves. We, within ourselves, are confident and happy that this is what we want to do. This is how we want to go forward. This is what we like, or this is what we don't like. And we're so open to hearing your thoughts, because maybe you have a viewpoint that I haven't taken into consideration yet. Maybe you have something that I can learn about. Maybe you have something that I have not considered, a viewpoint that I have missed entirely, that I've been blindsided about. We want to welcome those aspects in our relationships too. It's very, very important. But again, this is something that we first and foremost need to develop within ourselves. All right, so that's the second one. The third one is approval. All right, approval is belief that something is good. And again, it goes back to that idea of knowing and realizing and recognizing within ourselves that we are good, we are enough. If we can understand that within ourselves, everybody else's love and approval, those are the cherries on top. Those are the sprinkles that just make that ice cream even better. If it's ice cream or cupcake maybe you like, or whatever, it's that finishing touch in our life that just makes it that much sweeter. All right, the ice cream, the cupcake, that like fullness, that is what we need to work on to fill in our void, or else we're just going to keep throwing sprinkles in there and it's just going to be hitting an empty drum, because there's nothing for it to land on. All right, and when it lands on it, it just makes it so much sweeter. It just makes it so much nicer. It looks good, it feels good. We want to consume it, we want to be with it. All right, it's that same kind of idea. And then obviously the last one is attention regarding someone as interesting or important or taking special care. And again, am I forfeiting love for attention? Am I just happy for any attention? And the problem with attention, as we know, is that we could even fall into the trap of being happy with negative attention, right? Negative attention is better than no attention. And so we find ourselves in relationships where, yeah, we're getting a lot of attention, but there's a lot of drama with that attention. There is a lot of negativity. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of blame. There's a lot of dysfunction that just keeps us stuck in this place of, well, I'm getting attention, I'm getting noticed. It's a far cry from love, but I'm getting something. All right, again, it's trying to fill this void. And I've spoken about this in other videos. What we want to do is we want to get to know ourselves. We want to give ourselves a little bit of attention. It is so important that we take our time in a day just for ourselves. Start slowly. If you're really busy, if you're running around hectically, you've got a job that you run to, you've got maybe parents you look after, maybe there's a spouse that is really needing you right now, or if you have children, I have 4 of them, so I understand the need of a mother and the role of a mother. If you have children, if you have people that just depend on you and you kind of feel like you being pushed from pillar to post and you are in this whirlwind, take some time. Just even if you get up a little bit earlier in the day, you want to fill your cup, because when you fill your cup, you can go and fill everybody else and love them and put your sprinkle on for other people, just to make their day just that much sweeter, just that much kinder, just that much more joyful. Let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comments. Is there a topic you want to hear about? Let me know if it resonates with you. Don't forget to please hit like, subscribe, the notifications button as we go on this most joyous journey of discovering how it is that we can take our power back. I am very, very excited. I hope you have a most fantastic, most blessed, most love-filled day.